Guys, today this video is going to be about I'm going to talk about jealous women. So the title might be called The Psychology of Jealous Femme Cells. The psychology of jealous women towards pretty girl. Some things along the line of women being jealous of pretty girls, their psychology. Okay? So let's start. Okay. I'm gonna say everything. I'm gonna say the majority of the things that I think in my mind. So, the psychology of jealous women towards pretty girls. The first thing that I want to say is that girls who are jealous of pretty girls are femcells of society. They are the femcells of society, especially if you're working a job that has girls and men working there, but majority of men working there. You're going to have, especially those white Beckys. I'm not saying only white Beckys be jealous, but especially those white Karens that be sitting in the office the whole day. When you make a mistake as a pretty woman, especially if you're a woman of color, they will be like, "Oh, you should know better. You've been here for so long, right?" They want you to suffer in that job. So that's why if you're working a job as a pretty girl, especially as a black woman or a mixed black light skinned woman, you have to take advantage of every benefit that job is giving you. If that job is giving you decent pay, benefits, insurance, take advantage of all those freaking benefits to your advantage, because those people, not all of them, but you'll find out who is actually your friend when you're a pretty girl. The way they treat you and the way they treat you when something bad happens to you. When I say something bad happens to you, it doesn't have to be something hella serious, but it can be like where you get in trouble in your job, where you did something and you didn't know that it was a mistake. So instead of giving you like a slap on the wrist, they want to terminate you or whatever. So I'm telling you, yeah, it's real. So the psychology of jealous girls. I had a girl. She assumes that I have a pretty life and she's a dark-skinned woman. I don't hate her, but I just have to mention her because I just have to mention it because you'll find a lot of jealous people, okay? Some people will want to be your friend, but you know that they're jealous of you because of what they say, okay? Randomly what they say every time they try to talk to you. There's this girl, she's nice, but at the same time she's jealous because I can tell the way she talks to me and what she talks to me about. So this is why pretty girls, we don't like telling people our struggles, our personal life, our personal details. And if we tell you, we actually pick the good personal details of our life instead of the negatives, because it's like we cannot talk to you. Like the jealous girls, they want to relate with you, they want to relate with your struggles. Like this is the only way they can be your friend, is by talking about struggles. It can be racism, discrimination, colorism, but it doesn't stop there. Anything that's like a struggle in your life, it can be financially, it can be with your parents, it can be with yourself internally. They're gonna take that as an advantage to make you feel bad about yourself for when you talk about something that you talk about. So whenever they get the chance to make you feel bad about yourself, whatever information, whatever you told them that you thought was personal between you and them, they're gonna use that in the conversation to judge you, to make you feel stupid, to make you feel dumb. And then you know what that does? It'd be like, okay, I don't want to tell you nothing about my life, because every time I'm trying to explain to you my struggles, my situations that you want me so bad to talk about, you try to throw it back at my face and be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's not that bad. It's not that serious, right? I don't like that. There's this girl. One time I put perfume. I'm a woman. Like, women love to smell good, right? Women like to smell good. Men like to smell good too. But part of being a woman, part of being a mature woman, part of growing up in this world is to have good hygiene or try to be professional, try to smell good. People have many reasons why they want to smell good. Some people want to be alluring, attractive to other people. Some people want to attract a soulmate, but some people, they do it because it's part of their diet. Well, not diet. It's part of their hygiene. It's part of their beauty maintenance. You look good, you smell good, it goes together, right? So, and it gives you a good reputation. When people don't know you, they see you look good, you smell good, they're going to assume the positive out of you 9 times out of 10, right? There's always going to be a person that hates you because you're pretty and they feel like they're not pretty. That's part of jealousy. It can be man jealousy or female jealousy, but I'm talking about female psychology of jealousy towards pretty girls. So one time I put perfume, and this girl, yeah, she was dark skinned. Like, I don't know, I can't control people's skin tones, but she was and I also had people who are jealous of me that are white as well, okay, and men as well, okay, but mostly majority would be like women. um this girl was like, who you're putting perfume for? And I'm only putting perfume for myself, so I'm not allowed to put perfume. This girl was like, who you putting perfume for? Are you trying to attract a man? Are you trying to attract a soulmate in a job? Like, yeah, I get it. People can fall in love with people in their job, but I'm the type of person, I keep it professional. And two, the majority of guys, they have a girl, I'm assuming. And three, like, I don't care about having a boyfriend when I'm working. I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid and go home and relax. That's all I want to do and be successful. That's all I want to do. You feel me? Because the majority of guys in the job that I'm working in, they're not even my type. And if they are my type, I'm still not doing the first move because I'm a woman, I'm the prize, and I don't chase. Period. So, yeah, this girl was like, oh, you're putting perfume for a guy, you're trying to attract a guy. So that's ridiculous. So that's the jealousy when you're a pretty girl. People don't even want you to smell good, man. People don't want you to smell good. And that's a piss off for me. How dare you want me not to smell good? Is this so crazy to the point you want to smell good and they assume that's for a man? Are you insane? But that's how they put you on a pedestal. And I'm a light skinned girl, so of course they're gonna put me on a pedestal. Not all the time, but I'm not surprised. But it's annoying. It's annoying because, like, bro, the way I see myself is like, okay, I'm exotical, I'm a light skin, but I don't brag in people's face. I don't come in a room and be like, hey, by the way, guys, I'm light skinned, I'm exotical. I think about it in my head, but I'm not gonna randomly say it. You know what I'm saying? Especially at a job. At a job, I just clock in and clock out. That's all I care about is my pay, and that's it. I can be your friend, but like I'm about just doing my job, and that's it, right? But unfortunately, a lot of people are not like that, especially when you're pretty. So it's annoying. That's the psychology of like jealous women. They're jealous that you're beautiful and you're gorgeous, and they're mad that you're getting paid. Because they see it as a triple threat. But even if I leave the job, I'm still gonna be famous, and you're not gonna be famous. You're gonna be in the shadows where you belong because you're jealous. You're freaking jealous. I don't like fem cells. There's too much fem cells, and like I can't imagine being a woman and you're paid and you're jealous of another woman. I guess because she's pretty and you feel like she has pretty privilege and you don't. But like that's not her problem and that's not her fault. Like, God bless her with her looks, or maybe she paid money to look like that. But either way, that's her own freaking situation. That's her blessings. That's her life. Leave her alone. Like, bro, it's so annoying. That's the psychology of pretty girls. And I know what I'm talking about. If you see Exotical United say, oh, pretty girls know what they're talking about and they can have 3 hours, 4 hours talking about pretty privilege, is because they experienced it. They know what they're talking about. It doesn't matter if they're white, they're brown. They know what they're talking about. But especially if they're a woman who's not white, they know what they're talking about. Let's be for real, because a lot of people don't want like women of color to succeed. Like they don't want Latinas, they don't want black women, especially black women. They don't want y'all to succeed, and not all of them, but you can tell like the jealousy is real. Sometimes it be your own people. Let's be for real. It be your own people. The crab in the bucket mentality. I don't like that. It's so trash. I go hard. I go against that so bad. I try not to spaz on people like that. But yeah, so I'm telling you what it is. Like, I was like, you're not even allowed to smell good. Because when you're a pretty girl and you smell good, oh my goodness, you're gonna get every man. You're gonna take the girl's husband, man. You're gonna take the whole entire world's husband. Oh my goodness, you're so promiscuous. Some pretty girls are promiscuous. I'm not promiscuous. Like, I'm the type of girl, when I have it down with a man, I have it down with a man. But when I'm not interested in men, I'm not interested in men. And you're gonna see me chase a man that I don't like. And if I'm working at a job, I care about my pay. That's it, my boo. So, like, and this girl, she says that I have an easy life, easy whatever. She says I have it easy. One thing about jealous themselves is that they just see your pretty privilege. They don't see nothing else. They don't see the downside of it, and they don't even sympathize with it. Because this girl, almost every time she talks to me, she's like, oh, because I did talk to her about things that I normally don't talk to about other people about. Just a little bit of details about like my personal like situation with my you know, it's not something very big, but I did tell her some things, you know what I'm saying? And then she's like, she would talk about it. She'd be like, oh, you have an easy life. You just care about lipstick and makeup. You're just gonna spend your paycheck on lipstick and makeup. She saw me with a big bag of lipstick and makeup, but it's so judgmental. And mind you, this girl's tomboy. So if you're mad that I'm a girly girl, then don't be a tomboy. That's not my freaking fault. It's so annoying. It's like, why are you jealous? You're the type of girl, you don't even want to dress feminine, but you're mad when a girl is dressing feminine. You're a tomboy, my girl. Like, tomboy is a girl that dressed like a man or manly. You feel me? But like, if you're a tomboy, no problem. But if you're a tomboy, why are you mad at another girl that's not a tomboy? Are you okay? Like, you can switch your style. And like, this girl was like, oh, you're gonna spend your paycheck on your makeup. You're wasting your money on things that are not important, talking all that trash. You don't know my life, my girl. You don't know my life. You know what I tell you, but I'm not gonna tell you everything, because you know why? Because you're gonna judge it and you're gonna make me feel bad about myself, and I'm not about it. That's not a friend to me. That's not a friend to me. That's not a friend to me. They love to pick on pretty girls. And pretty girls do go through struggle. Not all of them, but pretty girls do have things that they go through. Just because you're pretty doesn't mean that you never face struggle, discrimination, racism. It just means you probably faced it less, or you, even if you don't face it at all, you still have struggles where people are jealous of you and are gonna try to make you feel bad about yourself. Like, you're gonna make me feel bad about myself because I'm pretty, because I take the time to do skincare, because I take the time to go to the dentist. Are you stupid? The like, bro, leave me alone. Like, but this girl, that's what it is. When you're a pretty girl, it's like everything you do, they're gonna judge it. I don't like that. I don't like that, because I don't really judge people's life. I'm not a type of girl to, like, when I talk about people's life, when I try to be friends with them, or when I make a conversation about a person's life, when they talk to me about their family, I'm not trying to know about it to make them feel bad about themselves. I'm just trying to have a conversation. You feel me? And the majority of the time, when people talk to me about their family, is because they decided to do that. I didn't tell them what about your family, blah 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 blah. And if I do that, if I ask questions, do you have a family? Do you have a sister? Do you have a brother? Is I'm just trying to have a normal conversation, but I'm not gonna use it against them. That's not my intention. But when you're a pretty girl, 9 times out of 10, when people try to know your struggle, it's because they're gonna use it against you. They're gonna try to use it against you. They're gonna be like, haha, you're pretty, but you have struggle. You're pretty, but you go through this. You're pretty, but you're fake. You're pretty, but you have a wig. You're pretty, but they only know you have a wig or weave is because you told them. Because sometimes people will be guessing. Sometimes people be like, do you have a wig? Do you have a weave? They think about it in their head, but they don't know. So they're gonna try to ask you, oh, your hair is nice. Do you have a wig or a weave? And if, let's say, you actually have a wig and you tell them, yeah, it's a wig, the next time they see you, they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna spend money on the wigs. That's all you do. Because they're freaking jealous. But when you look at them, they have no effort. They're like oversized, they're big as a fridge. They don't put no effort. They don't put no effort. And then when you talk back, when you snap back, when you say, I don't want to talk about this, they're going to think you're a bad girl. You're a mean girl. But F it. If I'm a bad girl, I'm a mean girl because you decided to make me a bad girl. That's it. Because I was not born to be a mean girl and I was never raised to be a mean girl. So everybody knows if I'm a mean girl, it's because you provoked me. One day I snapped. One day I had enough. Because, like, just because I'm pretty, it doesn't mean that I have to struggle, my girl. And a lot of pretty girls work hard for where they want to be, and even if they don't, even if like everything is given to them, they're still a human being at the end of the day. Like, did I treat you like trash? It's another thing if a pretty girl treats you like trash for no reason, and then you're like, okay, let me try to make her feel bad about herself. But let's say a pretty girl's nice and she's being nice to you and she has nothing against you, but then you're trying to make her feel bad about herself, is because you're jealous. I don't like femcells. I don't like Karens, bro. Karens be white girls, white women that like don't like black women. And it's like, bro, they're trying to make you feel bad when you look good. Every mistake you do, they're gonna try to hold it against you. Not every white woman is like that, but I'm talking about Karens. Karens are white women who are like the R word, okay? And that's not okay. I'm the type of girl, I'm gonna talk about it. But that's the psychology of femcells. Femcells are just jealous of the privilege you have. And just because you have privileges, it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to have success. Like, okay, I'm a pretty woman, I have privilege. And if you're an ugly woman, you have privilege as well. Um, ugly privilege, I didn't invent the term, but I've seen somebody use it. And ugly privilege is a term as well. It's like being ugly, there's a privilege. Like, the world won't see you as a threat. Well, the majority of people won't see you as a threat. Karens will leave you alone because it's like they don't see you. They don't see you as a threat. They assume that their husband is not gonna like be into you because you're ugly or you're not that attractive. You know what I'm saying? You're not the typical standard of beauty or whatever. So you don't get all the attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when you're ugly, basically, when you're basic, like some people are below basic, but when you're basic, it's like you don't attract no one's attention. Um, you can do whatever. You can have a business on the side. You can do whatever to level up, and nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna try to stop you. Nobody's gonna try to stop you to level up. Nobody's gonna stop you on your tracks of leveling up. They're just gonna let you study. They're gonna let you look, like, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna let you do what you want, like go to a spa, go get a facial spa, get your teeth done. They're not gonna ask you no questions because they're like, oh, she's ugly. They might not tell it, they might think about it, but they're gonna be like, I feel bad for this girl. I feel bad for this guy. But I feel bad for this girl. So if she fixes her teeth, if she goes to the dentist, if she gets a facial spa, I'm not gonna ask her why. I just know why, but I'm not gonna tell her. I feel pity for her, but I'm gonna be like, congratulations, girl. Just like when a girl is fat or very skinny, like skinny, like a broom, people, they don't see you as a threat. They'll be like, oh, I pity you. You must go through something bad. You must have a mental breakdown. That's why you have that condition where you're very skinny as a broom. And then when you start eating, they're not gonna care. But you know what I'm saying. But if you start eating good and looking very very good, they're gonna, okay, they might see you as a threat. But you know what I'm saying. It's like when the girl's ugly and she has so much pimples, nobody notice or cares when she gets another pimple because she already has pimples. You feel bad for her, right? But when a pretty girl has one pimple or two pimples, they're gonna be like, oh, you should eat less grease. You should eat less. If you're a little bit big and you're a pretty girl, you should eat less because you have one pimple on your face, because like you should eat less. If you eat healthy, you're gonna not have a pimple, right? You should eat more healthy. You should eat less butter, margarine. The But if you're ugly, if they see you as an ugly person, if they don't find you attractive, what I'm trying to say, right? Whatever you do, they're not gonna question it. They're not gonna care who you're dating. They're not gonna care. They're not gonna ask about it. They're not gonna be curious about it. Even if you pay them, they're not gonna be that curious when they ask you about it. But when you're a pretty girl, even if you don't mention about who you're dating, they're gonna be like, who are you dating? Who have you snuck out to see? Oh, I bet you have a lot of guys in your DMs. I bet you go out, every time you go out, you go see a different man. They're gonna be disrespectful, bro. They're gonna try to be in your relationship when they're not the one dating you. That's annoying. That's annoying. I don't like femcells. I had to say it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. If you don't want me dragging you as a white woman, stay in your place and never disrespect a black woman, because a black woman deserves to be successful. We work hard. We work hard. Majority of us, we go clock in and clock out, and we ain't trying to make no problems. When I work, I don't care about people's personal life. I'm just being honest. And when I say that, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I don't care about your family. But when I work, I keep it professional. I'm like, bro, if you have a family, I'm not gonna ask you questions about it, because like I just care about getting paid and clocking in and clocking out. Okay, I might ask you, how are you doing? How are you going? How are you doing? That's it, because I'm trying to, like, I care about you, but I'm not gonna invade your personal life, because I'm not paid to invade your personal life. And two, I wouldn't want somebody trying to invade my personal life. And three, it's just part of being a decent human. And four, I'm not trying to make people have something against me at my job. But sometimes you'll have people be against you because you're pretty. It is what it is, I guess. But some of us will become beauty influencers, the world's greatest influencer. It is what it is, man. Like, when you're a pretty girl, you get attention even when you don't want it. Even when you don't want it, people will assume that you want a man, want to have a man. For me, it's kind of disgraceful, because my value is not on a man. God made me as a woman. God made me as a beautiful, gorgeous woman. My value is not on a man. God made me the way I am for a reason, and I value God, and God is important to me. So my value is not on society. It's not on how people see me. It is not. Do I enjoy the compliments? Sometimes I do. If it comes from a bad place, I don't. But most pretty girls, we don't care about compliments, but we do enjoy it because we work hard for where we're at, and we just, you know what I'm saying, like, whatever. Like, for real, the psychology of femcells is like, anything you have that they don't have, or they feel that they don't have, they're gonna try to make you feel bad about yourself. They're gonna talk about your struggle that you try. Like, when you talk about your struggle, is because you're trying to be friends with them. Because some girls, the only way they can be your friend is by talking about negative things that happen in their life. Let's be for real. Discrimination, colorism, and it doesn't stop there. It'd be like, oh, do you live alone? Do you have family? Do you pay the rent? Da 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 da. And then every time you feel good about yourself, they'll be like, oh, you have it easy, girl. Everything you told them, they'll use it against you in a conversation randomly. They're jealous. They'll be like, you have it easy, girl. You have an easy life. But little do they don't know what it's like being harassed by a man that you're not into. They don't know what's like a man trying to invade your space, even when you told him you're not interested. Or you have to find a way to make him feel good about himself, even if you don't like him. There's times where I told a guy, like, I didn't want to tell a guy right away, I'm not interested. I try to find another way saying I'm okay, I'm good. And that means I'm not interested. And he's like, oh, so I'm ugly, so I'm not pretty. A guy literally asked if I find him ugly because I didn't want to give him my number. Like, You don't know what it's like being a pretty girl. And I'm not trying to be rude, but if you're not seen as a pretty girl, just because you're not seen as a pretty girl, it doesn't mean you have to treat a pretty girl as garbage. We're human beings. Like we're goddesses, let's be for real. But we're human beings, okay? We have emotions. We have emotions. And not all of us are mean girls like Regina George, but if we start being mean, it's because you provoked us. Don't do that. Learn how to respect us. Learn how to see us as people, because we're actually people. We're actually people. I treat people on the golden rule. If you treat me disrespectful, I might treat you disrespectful. Like for real. Like I don't have to talk to you about my personal life as a pretty girl. Okay? I get it. I'm a light skinned, exotical, mixed, multicultural woman, but I still have struggle in my own situations. And bro, it's so annoying. Like the femcel psychology of people that are jealous. And when you're a social content creator, you will have girls who are jealous of you. White girls be jealous of you. Latina girls be jealous of you. Like you're a triple threat, especially as a black woman. If you look racially ambiguous, where you look like a different race other than black, they'll be jealous of you. And you have black too. Oh yeah, they'll be jealous of you because your lips are real, no injections. You have a natural curvy body. Like it is what it is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I might talk about part two. So I'm a lower a little bit my voice, but basically the psychology of femcells are girls who are mad that you look good, that you have privileges, and so they're gonna talk trash. They're gonna try to give you a hard time, and that's what it is. Every girl knows this. If you're a pretty girl, it doesn't matter what race you are, but especially if you're not white, you have it harder. Well, not all the time, but it's like based on how people treat you. Like when you do a mistake at your job, they're gonna try to terminate you or make you in trouble so easily because like you're a threat to them. But you never did anything to them. All you did is existed. All you did is took space. And I would never tell my pretty girls to not take space. But it is real. They will try to find anything to use it against you. The way you make yourself pretty is personal. Your personal life is personal. Who you're dating is personal. And sometimes people in family, they will even try to make you feel bad about being pretty. They'll be like, oh, you went outside to be with a man. And who cares? Like, I'm grown. Some of us are grown. And I don't even bother you when you have a man or a woman. When you are in a relationship, I don't give a F. I don't try to make you feel bad about who you're dating. So why you try to do that for me? That's the thing. Girls, a lot of girls are not going to talk about how deep the psychology of jealous femcells are. Femcells are basically women who are jealous of you and who will try to treat you bad because you have something that they don't have, or you have something that they feel that they don't have for themselves. That's the psychology of femcells. Exotical United explained that better than me. I think she studied psychology, but you don't gotta study psychology to know that femcells are the freaking trash garbage of society. I said what I said. I understand why Karens are mad, because your whole life you're gonna stay in that office of fat potato and stay there and hate on a pretty young woman. Instead of helping a young woman, instead of helping her level up, instead of being grateful that there's a pretty girl in your presence and you can learn from her, you decide you decide to make her feel bad about her mistakes and try to terminate her and try to be like, you work here for a long time, you should know blah blah blah, but you're not her manager. You're a supervisor, boo boo. Stay in your place. Stay in your place. And then they wonder why the pretty girl talk trash about her. They wonder why the pretty girl might be fake. She smiles in your face, but she don't like you because you're a big disgrace. And get out of my face. Like for real. Pretty girls, most of us, we don't have the same personalities, but most of us pretty girls, we just want to work, get paid, and help our family. And spending money on looking pretty is a big asset. I said what I said. The jealous psychology of femcells, of women who are jealous of pretty girls, it can be brown skin, dark skin girls who are jealous on light skin girls. It can be light skin girls jealous on dark skin girls. It can be white girls jealous on light skin girls. Like I'm telling you, psychology of jealous femcells, no matter what skin tone you are or race, but especially if you're light skin, they're gonna hate on you so bad. They're gonna make you feel bad about yourself. Just like Exotical United said, there's no point at telling them your struggle because they're gonna try to make you feel bad about it. The only way to be friends with you is by talking about their struggles. But even when you talk bad about yourself to make them feel good about themselves, it's not enough. because they just want to destroy your blessings. They just want to make you feel bad about being pretty, and that's not your fault. And that's not right. That's not cool. That's not part of humanity. Like, being part of humanity is accepting people for who they are, how they look, and whatever. The and not trying to ruin people's blessings because you feel like you don't have those blessings. Be grateful what you have. And even if you don't have what somebody has, focus on your own things, right? And you might have what they have. Like, it's not a freaking competition. And that's how you get no friends. I know a lot of girls who are jealous of pretty girls. They want to be their friend. They would like to have a pretty girlfriend, but they don't have it because we see through it. You think I like when people be like, you have an easy life? It's kind of offensive to me because I don't. And even if I do, why do you care about that? Why are you mad about that? Like, you're supposed to be my friend, right? You're supposed to be proud of me doing good. You're supposed to hope that I do good. You're supposed to have my back because I would have your back even if you look ugly. I'm the type of girl, a girl can look ugly out, and I'm gonna still be her friend because I'm about the heart. I'm about the personality. You can look like a freaking six, but when you are amazing and you're loyal to me, you're kind to me, you help me level up, I'ma see you as a 10. I'ma see you as a 10 because the heart is so beautiful that you can be fat as you can be big as a fridge and I'll be like that fridge kind of pretty. No rainbow. No rainbow. I'm straight. But for real, like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, when you're a pretty girl, tell me if you've ever faced the psychology of jealous pretty girls. They're just mad at you having what they don't have. Like, it is annoying because we work hard to be where we're at. I don't like that. I don't like when they assume that I have an easy life. I don't have an easy life, and even if I do, I don't brag about it in front of people's faces. But they will assume you have a easy life because you're pretty. But if somebody is pretty, leave them alone. People who are pretty are humans and they deserve to be loved as well. It's not a sin to be pretty. It's not a crime to be pretty. It's a right. It's a blessing. Some people are born with that. Some people work for that. Some people pay for that, aka surgery. You know what I'm saying? And when you feel good, you look good. It's like you're mad at a girl that's being pretty, but then you bring yourself to the dentist to fix your teeth. You're jealous, you're insecure, and that's hypocrite. You're a hypocrite because if you don't care about beauty, if like it's like you're mad that someone has more pretty privilege than you. Let's be for real. Because some people who are mad at pretty girls, they will still bring themselves to the doctors and the dentist. And you might tell me, how does that make sense? What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that sometimes your pretty privilege can increase if you take care of yourself. If you're sick, it depends what illness or whatever you have. But if you're sick, you might look sick, right? And that might decrease a little bit your pretty privilege. Think about someone who has a pink eye, conjunctivitis or whatever, a pink eye where you have mucus coming out of it and it's red. You're still pretty, but you have a pink eye, right? The beauty standard would have two eyes who have the whiteness, the sclera whiteness, which is this part, right? You bring yourself to the doctors. They give you a prescription to have your eye start healing so it's not pink no more and infected. And then your eye starts healing and then your pretty privilege it like your pretty privilege restores itself or it becomes better than before. I literally had a pink eye. This is me. I hope somebody can relate what I'm saying. I literally had a pink eye. I might do a part two, by the way. So I literally had a pink eye because I guess an infection or whatever that I put on my eye. Like, I guess it was eyelashes or something, or I don't know. But I had a, like, my eye reacted bad. And I went to the doctors. I got a prescription for that. And I still had, even with a pink eye, I still had a guy tell me I'm pretty. And I don't want to hear people say, oh, you're depending on male validation. No, no, no. I'm not depending on a male validation, and men try to validate me. Okay? Because I knew I was still a bad girl before a man said I'm pretty. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with getting male compliments. You're just mad because you don't get one. And also, most guys, they won't lie about if you're ugly. If you're ugly, the majority of guys, some of them might tell you that you're ugly, and that's rude and disrespectful. Okay, there's guys who are rude. They'll be blunt. They'll tell you exactly how they think about you, even if they don't know you, on how they look. I mean, on how you look towards them. If you're very ugly, a man might not be interested unless he wants to use you for something else. But he might not be interested. He might not even want to give you a compliment because he'll be like, "Why am I lying to myself? Why would I tell you I'm pretty? You're pretty if you're ugly. If I find you not attractive, right?" So even with a pink eye, I had a guy find me attractive. I had a guy find me attractive. So what I'm trying to say is when when you feel better, when you look better, your pretty privilege increases. I went to the doctors because not because oh I want to be attractive towards a man. I went there because I wanted to fix my eye, my pink eye, that I never had ever in my freaking entire life. You feel me? Things happen to people. I don't shame people for having illnesses or all of that. That's a different topic for another video, but I don't do that. What I'm trying to say, everybody knows it. When you feel better, you look better. That can increase your pretty privilege. If you're sick and you go to the doctors or you heal to get better, if you are sick and you heal to get better, that can increase your pretty privilege. Because when you heal, when your body is glowing, when your body is radiant, when your body is healing from the inside and within, from the outside and within, you just your skin starts looking more radiant. You start looking more youthful. You start looking more awake and full of energy. There's a reason when they say when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you look good. Okay, but some people can look good and they don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? You can have a bad stomach, you ate something that wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. So I hope you enjoyed this video, the psychology of jealous femme cells towards pretty girls. I don't know what title I'm gonna put for it, but basically it's the psychology, the mindset of people, of girls who hate on pretty girls, who are jealous. Never be their friend, and if you are their friend, keep a distance. Don't tell them everything. If they want to talk about your personal life, say I don't want to talk about it. I'm the type of girl, I didn't want to tell people I don't want to talk about it because that sounds rude, right? But like literally, I don't like when people assume that I have it easy because I'm a pretty girl and because you see me have a bag of lipstick and makeup. You don't know my background. You don't know my background when I have a whole bag of makeup. Maybe I got educated. Maybe I have education on freaking cosmetic and beauty, you whatever, to tell me that oh it's a waste of money. For you, it's a waste of money. That's why you're a tomboy. That's why you don't got no pretty privilege because you're not putting no effort in yourself. I had a time in my life where I was kind of a tomboy, but I still had pretty privilege. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between a girl who has pretty privilege and she lets herself go. Well, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference between a person that lets herself that let themselves go between a person that's like they're trying to fix their pretty privilege. If you know what I'm saying, right? Like they're pretty but they're trying to increase it. Between a person who don't give a f about how they look and how their looks are decreasing or increasing. Like they won't put no effort. They'll look sloppy. They'll look lazy. Like they'll look and act lazy. So there's a difference because I was on the spectrum of tomboy in a part of my situation, in a part of my life. When I was in, I think, high school, I was a little bit of a tomboy, not like masculine where I look like a girl, a dyke from the rainbow community who are into girls. I never looked like that, but I did dress kind of masculine. I had my own reasons, but I still put effort and I still had pretty privilege and I still had guys be into me because you know there's girls who they dress tomboy and you can tell they're into girls because the way they act, the way they talk, and the way they dress, right? I had a time where I was dressed a little bit like a man, a little bit manly, tomboyish, let's say tomboyish, where it's like people can tell I'm a woman but I'm dressing kind of like a dude, but a little bit covered up, but like a dude type of outfit, right? It wasn't like tuxedo or something like that. It was like big sweatpants, right? And big sweaters. But guys were still into me. They didn't think I was weird and part of that rainbow community, if you know what I mean. Like it was just like, okay, this girl, she has big sweatpants, she has big sweaters, t-shirts, but she's pretty and I can tell she's straight. But she just might be a little bit like masculine, a little bit like more a little bit rough and tough. But this girl that I know, she's tomboy. She don't put no effort into how she looks. She don't. Compared to me, she don't. And I can see it because of the jealousy. Like sometimes as a pretty girl, you have days where you don't feel confident. But what reminds you that you're pretty and you're gorgeous and you are the talk of discussion is when they're jealous. It's the way they treat you because of their jealousy. If a girl be like, oh, you have it easy, and you don't even talk about how you have it easy and your privileges, like, oh, I'm light skinned, I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm mixed. Like, you don't even talk about those things often. You don't even talk about it. She just randomly say, oh, you have it easy. Every time she talks to you, you have it easy, you have it easy, you don't know what it's like, you have it easy. That's jealousy. I had a girl, she was a dark skinned girl, she was overweight, oversized, and she was like, you have it easy. I don't like hearing that because I don't have it easy. And even if I do, I'm not the type of girl to brag about to the world, hey, I have it easy. If I have it easy, I keep it private, I keep it personal. But you might assume, you might know that I have it easy because I look like I have it easy. But I'm not the type of person to brag about that. And even if I have it easy, like, as a friend, you're supposed to like that. You're supposed to be proud that I have it easy. Why you want me to struggle? Like, for real. But that's what it is. When you're a pretty girl, they want you to struggle because they feel left out. But I'm gonna say what it is. This might blow up. This video might blow up because I had enough of the BS. I had enough. Everything I'm telling you is experience. It's real truth. It's honesty. It's blunt. It's blunt. I'm not like other girls that will talk like nonsense and sugarcoat it. I had enough. I'm being blunt about it. I had it hard. You don't know my life. You don't know what my family been through. You don't know. But I do look like I don't got no struggle, but I do have struggles. And even if I don't have struggles, I know people that I know that I care about that have struggles. But when I talk about it, no, because I'm not trying to make them feel bad about themselves. I respect that. But that's what it is. When you're a pretty girl, people assume you live lavishly in a castle. And I'm the type of girl, if you have it easy, I'm still not gonna treat you like a trash human being. No, why? Because you're a person. You deserve respect. You deserve love. And what you have as blessings and privilege, that's none of my business. I have no right to try to take your blessings. I have no right to take your like blessings. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a sin. And you did nothing to me, so why would I try to do that? Like, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get mad at people's blessings or privilege. Especially people who don't try to give me problems. They just enjoy their privilege and that's it. Like, that's not enough for me to try to make problems with them or try to talk bad about them. That's not enough. That's not enough for me. I treat people how to treat me. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, so the psychology of fem cells, they're mad at what you have that they don't have, or they feel that you have something that they don't have. It's annoying. Treat people as human beings. Pe- pretty girls have emotions. They deserve love and respect. I don't give a damn. They deserve love and respect. They deserve love and respect. So that's the psychology of fem cells. They don't like that you have something that they don't have, but just because you have something that they don't have, it doesn't mean they should go out of their way. That's why I'm a big promoter on pretty girls being pretty and not feeling a damn guilt about it. I'm pretty, I don't feel guilty about it. You're pretty, don't feel guilty about it. Like, the same ones who be mad at pretty girls are the same ones that have some privileges. Like I said again, when you're seen as not attractive, there's privileges to that. People will walk by you. People won't want to fight you. People won't want to like try to hurt you, fight you, say something bad about you because they don't see you as a threat. They're unbothered by you, or just maybe because they don't notice you. Okay, or they don't see that you have enough attention, so they don't see you as a threat, or they feel better about themselves when they see you. I'm just being honest. Some people feel better about themselves when they see someone that looks less attractive than them. It just says it boosts their ego because they're like, at least I don't look like that, or at least I'm not in that situation, right? There's people like that. I'm just being honest. They might not tell you, but there's people who think like that. They're like, oh, at least I don't look bad as that person, or I'm not in that person's situation or person's shoes, right? It's called pity. When you feel pity about someone, like, that's a whole different situation, but you know what I'm trying to say. So there's a privilege on being seen as not attractive. Men won't harass you. Majority of the time they won't harass you. They'll leave you alone. They won't even ask you out. um and if they do, it's like a small percentage. And it's like, girls won't be mad at you. They won't give you dirty looks. They won't roll their eyes. People won't ask about your relationship because they'll assume that you have no relationship. People won't even ask who you're dating because they'll think that you don't even have a person that you're dating because they don't see you as attractive. You can be attractive, but if someone doesn't see you as attractive, they might not treat you bad because they don't see you as a threat. You know what I mean? So that's the advantage of being seen as a basic or an ugly person. Like, I'm just being honest, okay? Like, when people don't find you attractive, they won't try to like talk about your relationship. They won't try to make you feel bad about gluing up. Unless if you glue up to the point where it's like, because there's instances where girls are ugly. Some girls are like, some people are ugly and they glow up and they look so pretty, and you're like, and then you become jealous because you're like, how dare you level up so bad? Like that, like what did you do to level up so drastically, right? But this ugly swan turns into the pretty duckling. I don't know if you heard that story before, but the ugly swan that people didn't like, that was an outcast, but then she became the prettiest swan and people were jealous of her. Her glow up took time, but she had a big glow up, like for real. So when people don't see you as a threat, they'll leave you alone. They won't try to talk bad about you. They won't try to make you feel bad about yourself because they feel bad about you. They feel pity. It's like when a girl's big as a fridge and she says she's pretty. Nobody's gonna say something against that. Some people might. Some people might be like, she's delusional. But the majority of people, especially on social media, if you're a big girl as a fridge, if you're overweight, if you're a big girl as a fridge, like if you're like Adele, Lizzo, and race can come as a privilege. Adele was big, she was overweight, she was fat. She was overweight as a fridge. Nobody says something bad because she's white. But mind you, if a black girl is overweight, they'll say something bad. Most people say something bad because of the R word. I said what I said is true. So what I'm saying is like, when you're seen as not attractive, people will leave you alone. People won't ask about your relationship, nothing. But when you're a pretty girl, they'll ask who you're dating. Even if you're not dating, they'll assume that you're dating. They'll assume that every man that you talk to, you want to date them. That you end up giving your tuna to them when you didn't. And even if you did, that's none of their business. But they'll assume that you're for the streets when you're not for the streets. And for me, it's disrespectful because I'm not for the streets. Can you imagine, as a pretty girl, people assume that you're freaking for the streets when your whole entire life, your whole entire, like, you just don't give yourself to people. Like, you're like, you're just, you just focus on education and doing the best for yourself, but people don't see that. People don't see your achievements. People don't see your achievements. And if they do see your achievements, they'll assume that your achievements were false. Your achievements were given by people that just want to give it to you because they want to be with you or they want to sleep with you. Not because you're smart, not because you're intelligent. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I might do a part 2, but I hope you enjoyed this video on the psychology of fem cells. So what I want to end this video with is, don't feel ashamed that you're pretty, you're gorgeous, you're light skin, you're dark skin, you're brown skin. Don't feel ashamed. And yes, I'm going to talk about light skin beauty because they deserve to be loved. Like, a lot of people shame them. A lot of people try to make them feel guilty about their privileges. And my opinion, and like, don't be ashamed about your privileges, and they'll try to make you feel bad about your privileges while they have privileges as well. If you're watching this video, you probably have Wi-Fi, you probably have data, you probably have a cell phone, you probably are in a country that is not in a freaking war. How amazing is that? That's a privilege. You're probably in a country that gives you education and you don't have to walk in the forest, you don't have to fight a lion to get education. That's a privilege. So, like Zodiacal United said, the majority of the time when people are jealous of you, when they treat you bad, it's because of jealousy. It doesn't matter how old they are. They'll be jealous. That's why when a pretty girl takes a picture, when she takes a selfie, the comment section be like, your makeup is bad. But her makeup is not bad. You're just mad because she looks good. You just want her to feel bad about herself. Because people are like, if your makeup is bad, you shouldn't feel confident to take a selfie. But F you. Because I'm not you, you're not me. And I deserve to be loved. And I feel good about myself. And I don't need your validation. And I'm going to ask for your validation because you're a trash person, you're a trash human being. So pretty girls deserve love, they deserve respect. Comment down below if you can relate with the psychology of jealous femcel. Have you ever been a femcel? Have you ever been a girl that's hating on another girl because you feel like she's pretty and you feel like you don't have the beauty that she has? Like, have you ever felt like that? And how did you like heal from that? How did you become a better person? Did you like focus on yourself? Did you start working internally on like what you can improve so you can feel good about yourself, like your skills, your intelligence, like, you know, your attributes that make you special? Did you start singing? Did you start dancing, like doing things that you're good at so you don't feel jealous about another person because at least you have something that makes you feel special or unique? Like, how did you maneuver from being a hater, from being a jealous person, a jealous woman, about another woman to becoming your own woman, your own girl, your own goddess, and minding your business. How do you maneuver? I want to know. But have you ever seen a girl hate on you? Like, what did she say? How did she treat you? Have you ever experienced being hated, being treated bad by a Karen? Like, she's not the one that hired you, but she wants to make you feel bad when you do a mistake. But if you're ugly, if she don't find you attractive, if you're not the pretty girl, you do a mistake, nobody cares, nobody does anything about it. You still keep working. But if you're a pretty girl, they want to talk to you, they want to meet you in the office. Every mistake you do, they think that you have a problem with the job or whatever. Like, they think it's that serious when you're a human being like everybody else. So comment down below if you can relate, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, use your pretty looks, use your advantages, use your privileges to level up. I don't give a damn, because most people wouldn't give their privileges to a pretty girl. So if you don't want to hear my story, why should I hear yours? I said what I said, because we matter, we're human beings, we have emotions. Some of us can be your sister, some of us can be your friend, some of us can be your president. So respect us. We deserve love and respect, and being pretty, being gorgeous, being privileged is not a crime. Like, the majority of pretty girls, they just want to be pretty and be successful. They don't use it to make people feel bad about themselves. Okay, like, so yeah, being pretty is a blessing, it's a gift, it's not a sin, it's not a crime. And don't don't be a hypocrite where you're mad at a girl being pretty, but then on the like, don't be mad at a girl that's pretty, and then later on, when the curtains are closed, you're trying to look pretty. You're mad at a girl being pretty, but then you're trying to do skincare. If you didn't care about looks, you wouldn't try to improve your looks. Let's be for real. So don't be mad at a pretty girl. Don't be trying to treat a pretty girl like trash for trying to take care of herself, doing the best for herself, and not giving you problems. When you're trying to go to the dentist to fix your teeth, or you're trying to improve your skin, or you're trying to fix your hair. Because part of pretty privilege is like fixing your physical appearance and your inner self. So like, oh, you're mad at a girl being pretty, but then you're washing your hair. Washing your hair and making your hair look good, and adding a pretty hairstyle can improve your beauty. Like, you fixing your hair, cleaning your hair, and making sure that it looks good, like your hair looks good on you, can improve your beauty. So it comes down to that you're jealous, because you're jealous of a pretty girl, but then you're trying to do the same. You're trying to make yourself look good. You bring yourself to the dentist, you bring yourself to the doctors, so you can feel good and you look good. So that's hypocrite. Don't do that. You're mad at a person's privilege because you feel you don't have the privileges. Just like Exotical United said, some people are mad at rich people. Why? Because they're not rich themselves. And I understand that some rich people, they use their financials to destroy a freaking society. Like, that's a different topic for another video, because they have bad intentions and they want to use it for the wrong intentions and to like make people have no freedom. That's a different topic for another video. But which is corruption, by the way. Politician corruption, like, that exists in some places around the world, but hopefully it changes for the better. But yeah, don't be a hypocrite where you're mad at a pretty girl, but then on the like, when the curtains are closed, you're trying to do the same. You're trying to fix your hair, you're trying to clean your hair. If you don't care about pretty looks, pretty privilege, you wouldn't take a shower, you wouldn't take a bath, you wouldn't try to make yourself look good or smell good if you don't care about pretty privilege. So don't be a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, bye.